Hello, everyone. This is Dash, and first of all, welcome to our live stream where we are learning web development with no bullshit, like not something that we don't really know, we don't really have to know, but we are still learning. Okay, so this course or these live sessions are especially for only knowing what we need to know at the very start. And with that, yesterday I've not yesterday, but like day before yesterday, I have already talked about HTML and what you need in HTML. Let me just show you. Okay, let me just go to my channel, and yeah, so there's the video. Here in this video of around 2 hours long, you will get to know everything you will be needing while writing your HTML. And in today's live session, we will be creating some things out of it. Okay, we will be creating a form, a login form, a sign up form. Let's write our things what we will be doing in this live session. Okay, so I need my whiteboard. It from today onwards we will be titling. This is our third video. First one was on Git, and second one was on HTML concepts. Third one is HTML practice introduction. Let's go. And in this introduction, let me just format my display. I like this one particularly. And what we will be doing today, objectives. Check. Let me just for some reason. Okay. Login form plus is too far. Plus is too far. Login form plus sign up form. Sign up form. Okay. And then we will be creating a web page. Web 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 page with with navigation bar, and let's go. Let's create a web page. Okay. And third, I guess these are more than enough. Okay, this will let you know how things work. Okay, so for very first one, that is the login page and our sign up page. Let's create some things. Okay, this one. Okay, and here I will select a space like this. Okay, my mistake. How do we create a box here? How do we create a box here? This will just create a box like this. Okay, color will be just like ours. And texture, do we have texture? No, we don't have texture. Okay, let's go with normal. Okay, it will be this long and this long. Okay, and we can create text in it, right? So this will be our login form. Okay, login form. Okay, and we will create another of sign up form. Okay, here, and you will see how these things are common and same. Okay, let's go. Sign up form should be a little bigger. Okay, now how this form will look, we can put some things in it. Okay, since we are not doing any CSS, everything will be by default HTML. So login form, and this is sign up, SIGN sign up form. Okay, login form, you visit any website, you are asked to sign up to the website, so that form will be here. And when you visit a website again, with and your account isn't login, then they ask you to log in, and for that they use login form. Okay, so what do we do is, okay, what does a login form contains? What does a login form contains? It contains, first of all, let's have a title of login form. Login. Yeah, let's not say form. Let's go with only login. Then you will be having a username, okay, and that would have a bar, and here it will be enter your username type, enter your username, username, okay, and then there will be a password, PASWORD password, and this password will have again a box, okay, where you will be putting password like this, and there should be a I button, but I don't think we will be building it. Now let's build it. By that you will actually get to know how we add SVGs and all, okay, and then we will have a what is this, a submit button, submit, okay. Also, since when you have visited a login form, you can see there a message showing that sign up. If you haven't signed up, then sign up, and then when you click to this sign up, they take you to the sign up form. Okay, so we will implement this also, and we don't need any JavaScript for it. Okay, if you are creating two different pages, you will not be needing any JavaScript for it. Okay, and same with will be this. If you have sign up form, you can go to login form as well. Okay, so this relation we will establish as well. In sign up form, how it will look is, it will have a sign up. Okay, can we create this container? Hmm, we will try, or I will do it, and I won't tell you how it's done, because that would be the topic for our next lecture, next live session. Username, so again it will contain an email, okay, then whatever username you want, username, okay, then a password, and confirm password, confirm password, okay, and then we have submit button, submit, okay, and here we will be having login button, login it is. And are there any people yet? Are there any people who have connected? Oh, hello, who is here? Who is here? Hey, hi, hey Ashish, hi Ashish, welcome, welcome, welcome. See, we are creating, we are working with HTML, okay. In last video, we have already talked about whatever you will be needing in HTML, and in today's video, we will be creating some forms and all which every website has, okay. In that also, we will only do HTML, and from next video onwards, or from next live session, we will actually add a CSS, and we'll see how that changes our form completely, okay. So for today we will only be doing HTML, right? Three views. Some people actually came but never stayed. Anyways, let's continue. Wait, I should open my live stream as well in my phone so I can actually see the live chat on my screen. Message. Okay, and let me just give me a minute. I'm starting my live stream on my phone as well, so I can see the chat. Shut up. Wanna see my own Switch account. Mhm, 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 mhm. No one else is here, right? Okay, so I can see my chat now. Bro, you can do this as well. You guys can do this as well, huh? It will just increase my. So voice is gone. Nice. I'm sorry, where we are? Yeah. So we will be creating these forms. We will be creating these forms. Login form will connect to sign up form by anchor tag. Anchor tag, as I already told you, that it has a link to next website in my previous session. Okay. And login form will be connected to sign up form. Sign up form will be connected to login form. Let's create login form first, and we can just extend it to create a sign up form. Okay, sign up form will also have these fields. So I forgot to create fields. Where's my edition? Yeah, username. Okay, and here we will be having email. Sorry, my diagram is very good. Then username, it will say email in it. Email, it will say username in it. Username, it will say password in it. PASS password, and it will say confirm password in it. Confirm. Okay, this is how our form will look. Yeah, it's not looking good here at all, but our website will look fine. Okay, so let's go to let's create a new file or a folder, and we will call it array, what is this? Folder, and it will be our day 2, day 3, sorry, html practice prac practice. Okay, this html practice, let's open it with our VS Code, and we will create a what? We will create a login form. Login.html. We will call it login.html. Okay, and we will be writing everything from the beginning. We can simply do this, but we won't be. Okay, so we need as doc type HTML. Okay, HTML, and then we will have an HTML tag what is this? HTML. Okay, it closes. Then we have a head tag, head tag. Okay, I showed you the shortcut. You can just do exclamation. You don't have to remember all this, but only after you actually remember all this. Okay, if you don't know. Okay, it's connected now. My network is unusually very unstable today. I don't know why, but where we are, yeah, this form, we created a page, a title, and title will be login form. Login form. Okay, login form. Where will it show? It will show at the top of the tab. Here it will show login form. Okay, and login form, and then in login form, do we need? No, we don't need a logo. We can just move to the bo- body tag. Okay, and this body tag will have, first of all, when I told you about a div, okay, so this is a div. Div is what? It will group. It will group other elements, okay, so you can like play with them in other ways, okay. Like you are having a box. Now this login form is inside a box, okay. It's inside a container where you are putting everything. So it's a good practice that you should use a container here, okay. Div, you should use a container here, and this container will have now make sure that uh, okay, this is the heading. This is the heading of our page, so it should be h1, okay. Now this is input, and this is its title, okay. Do we call it title only? This okay, so I should put title on that side. It will work like that better. This is also input, okay. This is input, this is input, this is input. I'm just showing you how many input tags are used here, okay. Now about these are title, okay. Title on this side, in this form also this should be the h1 tag, and now this this and these are what? Titles, okay. Titles of what? These input fields, okay. Then we have button. So button are, this is a button. Should I use different colors? And this is a button, okay. And then we have link slash anchor tag, a and c anchor, a and c h or anchor. It should work, okay. Anchor. So this sign up is the anchor tag. Should remove this. This sign up is the anchor tag, and this login is the anchor tag. So these are all the element. Now what else remains? Div, okay. Div. So this is a div that you catch in the very first glance. This is the div, okay. These two are div, big containers. Now each of these, like these two, okay. If I select another color, okay, and can I select the dotted lines? Are there any like that? No, they aren't. Okay. So I can see this. I can just group them together also. In that case, I can use div here as well. Okay. Same here. We can use a div tag here as well. Okay. This is a div tag. Okay. Inside this now, these two should be together. These two should be together. So I can use another div tag here. Okay. We can use a div tag here as well. Okay. Same on this side as well. So wherever you think that you need to group, okay, just give me a minute. Wherever you think that you need to group, you should use div tag, okay. And just see, okay. And back to my stream. Yeah, div tag I said, right. So you should be like, okay, so it should be in your first glance that okay, I can use div tag here, I can use div tag here, I can use div tag here. This also should be in a div tag. This is a button, I don't need a button div tag here. Then okay, so these are things that you should also already understand, okay. And now we will be creating it. And am I the only live person here? Okay, what happened? No one is here. Anyways, we can still continue. It's not a big deal. We can still continue. So, what I was saying. So this is how it should be looking. Okay, and let me close this. It looks good. And now we can create page. Okay, so inside div tag, first one should be our h1 tag. Okay, so first one should be our h1 tag. H1 tag h1, and it should say login. Okay, if I go live, I can see this login. It's saying login. Okay, now let me put it inside a container. You don't have to follow it. You don't have to know what I'm writing right now. Okay, with 200 pixels, 200 pixels, uh, height 500 pixels, 500 pixels. Then we will go with border 1px solid. Okay. I will tell you what I'm writing in our next CSS session, but for right now, okay, so it looks something like this, and I should have it in center. So margin, margin left, 100 pixels. This should work. Okay, 50 reach, 50 pw, and then translate, translate x negative 50. Okay, translate x negative 50, negative 50, positive 50. If I do, then this should be. Let me just check. Oh, accidentally closed it. My mistake. Okay, this is how it looks. And then if we do F2, see here, translate x 50% does not work. Translate x. Why isn't it working? A non-property name. Okay, so trans tr translate. Okay, translate 50%. This works. So I will do not translate, translate 50%. Okay, it went there. We can go negative 50% to let it come here. Okay, so now it's in the middle. Now it looks good. And now we can add other elements. So what else do we need? We need, after h1, we need a username and password. Now I have grouped it. Okay, where is my marker? I have grouped. Oh, I have grouped it inside a div tag. Okay, so I'm not very good at drawing. Okay, so I can use a div tag here. After h1, yeah, I can use a div tag here, another div tag inside div tag, and we can call it something. We can name this div tag. Okay, we can provide it a ID, a unique name in the entire file. I have already told you what ID is. Okay, so we will call something this time, and let's call it user name input. This should work. Okay, and here we will. Okay, did I say label? Title. It should be label. My mistake. It's not title. I have a very bad habit of calling it title. It's actually label. 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 Okay. So label, and this also. Why isn't my marker working? Label L A L. What the L A B E L, a label. Okay, so we'll provide a label. Now label as other tags, has a property called for. Okay, so for what you need this label? Okay, so let's just tell it a username, call it a username. Okay, and inside username we can do this. Will it work? Yeah. Then we have a input field, type text, and then we can have username will work, username input. We have already used username input. Okay, and then we can give it a placeholder, enter username. Okay, this should work. And now what is label? And it has the attribute for. Okay, so what thing you need to use this label? Okay, so I want to use it for my username input field. So for that I have named my input field as username, and that name I should put inside for. So username, so I am telling this for that you are the I'm telling this label that you are the label of this input field. Okay, let me just zoom in for you a little bit and close this. So I'm telling my label, I'm telling my label that you are the label for this input field where the username is username. Let's check the website. Okay, and how label works? हाँ बोलना भाई. So what this level will do is if you click on username, it will me doing it. Okay, username पे click करते हैं. Okay, so if you click on the label, you can get to the input field, or you can click on the input field as well. Okay, and after this, I can just remove the height. I can just remove the height. Okay, so this is how big our form is right now. Okay, after username, what we will be needing is password. For password also, we can create a new div tag. Okay, and call it id password. No, we'll call it password input. Yeah, it should work. And then we should close this tag as well. Here it will contain a label. We just remove let me just remove the this thing. Okay, label, and the label will be for what? For something. Okay, and it will contain password, PASWRD password. Okay, now what I said. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, now It will contain an input field for taking a password. Now since it's a password, we can give it a password, okay? And then we can have a placeholder saying it's a password, okay? And then for label we have to give it a id saying password will work, okay? Everything is password only. Password password okay. Now if password id, to just give you how things are different, okay? Password id, and here in placeholder enter password. So not everything should be password, okay? Now this will do what? This will create another field calling password, okay? Now I need some amount of spacing between them. So for that we can create, either we can create a new div. No, it looks good, no problem. And since the password is done, what we need is we need a submit button. We need a submit button in it. Since button is alone, you don't have to put it inside a div. If it have been with something else, you could have done it, but since the button is alone, you don't have to put it inside div. Also in password, see this eye icon you always see, okay? Right now if I type my password, it will show like this, and then there is a eye icon, you click on it and then you can see your password, okay? That is how it is, right? So we need that eye icon as well. For that, if I put eye icon, then it will be just below it, okay? So eye icon will get here, down here, but we need here. So we can put password and that eye icon inside the same div, okay? We can put password and that eye icon inside the same div. So here we can create another div tag and put this input field inside. Now this input field is inside a div tag, and then we can add a I. From where we will add I? So you can find it like go to here and then go to Google Font. Google Font will provide you Google Fonts, okay? Inside fonts you can actually see icons as well, and here we can go with I. Hmm, which icon should we use? Is there an icon calling show? There's another website I use, that is Lucid icon. Lucid Lucid icons. And in Lucid icon we can search for I. It's up to you, from wherever you can find your icon. I'm searching on this website. I used to use this website a lot when I was learning, okay? So I yeah, this icon, would work. And from the here we can get its React vanilla, okay, let it be. We can get its React component, we can get its views, and Angular font, icon font, okay? But we have to copy the SVG of it. We copied the SVG of this I, and we can put that SVG just beside it here. Control paste, okay? And if I check my website again, you can see a eye icon here, okay? Now this eye icon should be just behind it. So here I will do something. Again, a CSS, you don't have to do it, but I'm doing it. That's not. That's not. How we will put this IE here now is the job of CSS. Okay. at the very first lecture I told you that HTML will just say what things should be there, how would be there, or how should it look. That isn't the job of uh, HTML. So by HTML it's looking good, and then we can add the final thing, that is a submit button. Submit button, it's not a final thing, but okay. After this div closes, and here we will add a button. Okay, this button will have type of submit, and then we will close this button and say submit. Okay, so we have a submit button. Okay, now one more thing, that it's okay if you use a div tag here, but remember that it is a form, it is a login form. Okay, so the better tag to use here would be a form. Okay, why form? Because it provides you way more features. It will provide you the power to send this data to your server. Okay, that thing we cannot see here right now with just HTML, but we will be seeing it in future. Okay, when we will be working with our JavaScript. For now, if you are creating a form, put it inside form tag. Put everything inside form tag, and nothing should change here. Nothing should change here. Everything is as it was. Okay, and then at the end, we need this sign up anchor tag, a link tag. At the very end, we need a anchor tag, and href. Uh, let's not do anything about this href. Okay, sign up. Sign up. Okay, so now it looks like this. Now sign up, submit button and sign up are both side by side, but sign up should be below. Whose job is that? It's the job of CSS. It's not the job of HTML. Okay, in fact putting this border as well is not the job of HTML, it's the job of CSS only. Okay, so this is our login form. It looks good with HTML only, and all it requires is CSS. That's all to make it beautiful, to make it something like Amazon.in. And if I click on this, it will go sign up, sign into your account. This, all the difference between this and this and this is just CSS. That's all. Okay, also they are having all these things, so we can have these things as well. Just have it, let's have it. Okay, enter mobile number. Okay, so this input field can have hello Tanush, welcome to the channel. Okay, we are creating a form using HTML. Okay, till now we have already completed us for login form, a form that you see on every website you visit. Okay, व्हाट सिर्फ हाय सर बोलने के लिए आया था देखो, ऐसे ऐसे बच्चे, ऐसे ऐसे बच्चे सिर्फ हाय सर बोलने आया था, शर्म कर ले भाई. No, it is, isn't it working? It is working. Why is it showing zero? Okay, I haven't clicked it. Hi. Hello, hello. चलो जाके देख लेना HTML कैसे काम कर रहा है. ओके, इससे पहले वाले वीडियो में मैंने बता रखा है HTML कैसे काम करता है. भाई कितने बार हाई करेगा, ठीक है. एंड अभी हमने लॉगिन फॉर्म बना लिया है जो कि कुछ ऐसा दिखता है, जो कि कुछ ऐसा दिखता है. अभी हमें एक साइन अप फॉर्म बनाना है, ऐसा ही चाहिए. हाँ, एक साइन अप फॉर्म बनाना है जिसमें लॉजिक सेम फॉलो होगा. तो तो अभी से देख रहा है, कोई बात नहीं, वी विल क्रिएट अ साइन अप फॉर्म एज वेल. ओके, so for sign up form, let's go here and let's create a new file calling it sign up, sign up. डॉट एच टी एम एल, इफ यू आर क्रिएटिंग एन एच टी एम एल फाइल, उसका एक्सटेंशन, अगर तुम कोई भी एच टी एम एल फाइल बनाना चाहते हो उसके एंड में हमेशा डॉट एच टी एम एल लगाने का। ओके, एंटर करूंगा, मैं गला दुख रहा है, अब मुझे थोड़ा पानी पीना है। ओके, मैं जस्ट आया। हाय 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 हाय, हेलो 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 हेलो, let me just type it here. हेलो 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 तनुष, हेलो हेलो। इतना हाय 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 करना है तो ये भी कर सकते हो तुम लोग, ऐसा कुछ बिगड़ नहीं जाएगा ये करने में। ओके, क्या पता लोगों को सजेशन चाहे, सिर्फ हाय करना है। कोई ना, कोई ना, कोई ना, कोई ना, वी कैन कंटिन्यू। भाई पीसी खोल ले, पढ़ भी ले, थोड़ा सा पढ़ भी ले। ओके, तो हमने बना लिया लॉगिन फॉर्म, हम बनाएंगे साइन अप फॉर्म। साइन अप फॉर्म बनाने के लिए always start with exclamation mark and doc type. Okay, let me just close this. Hi hi hi, let me let me just close this and html html, ये किया मैंने क्लोज। यहाँ पे चालू होगा html अपना टैग html html। ओके, एंड html के अंदर क्या होगा, अपना हेड होगा, हेड होगा। ओके, नाउ हेड कंटेन करेगा टाइटल, टाइटल। बस कर दे भाई, मैं कितना रिप्लाई करूँ। हाय, बस कर दे, बस कर दे भाई, बस कर दे भाई। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू। तो लगे रहे, लगे रहे भाई, लगे रहे। हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं। ओके, तो टाइटल में ये क्या होगा, साइन अप फॉर्म होगा, साइन अप फॉर्म होगा। ओके, फॉर्म एफ ओ आर एम फॉर्म। ओके, एंड हेड, हेड में अभी फिलहाल के लिए इतना काफी है। हेड के बाद वी विल गेट टू बॉडी। अगेन बहुत छोटा दिख रहा है क्या? हम्म, चलेगा इतना। बॉडी, and we will put body here. Let me put my this self that side because इस साइड में पूरा कोड होने वाला है। मैं खुद को उठा के ना इस साइड में रख देता हूँ, इस साइड में रख देता हूँ। ओके, हाँ, क्योंकि फिर इस साइड पे आराम से कोड हो सकता है अपना। ओके, एंड इनसाइड बॉडी, बॉडी के अंदर अब हमें क्या करना है, एक फॉर्म बनाना है। जैसे मैंने अभी जस्ट बताया, फॉर्म बनाएंगे हम, एंड फॉर्म में एक्शन वगैरह होता है, हम अभी नहीं डाल रहे हैं। हम इसको कुछ लेवल ऑफ स्टाइलिंग प्रोवाइड करेंगे जो कि मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा कैसे करते हैं अभी। CSS जब भी आएगा तभी मैं बताऊंगा कैसे करते हैं। 200 पिक्सल की इसकी विड्थ होगी। मार्जिन मैं इसको दे दूंगा, मार्जिन लेफ्ट दे दूंगा 50 VH का, VW का, एंड देन ट्रांसलेट करवा दूंगा, ट्रांसलेट करवा दूंगा 50% का, -50% का, if I'm right. Okay, and then I will give it a border of 1 pixel, yeah, 2 pixel, solid red. Let's go with red this time, and I guess that is enough. If I go live with this, I can see, oh, what is this? I can see this line. मुझे line क्यों मिल रहा है? क्योंकि मैंने अभी इसके अंदर कुछ डाला ही नहीं है। ओके, तो अभी इसके अंदर डालते हैं चीजें। सबसे पहले हम डालेंगे हमारे फॉर्म का टाइटल जाएगा H1 टैग में। ओके, या फॉर्म की हेडिंग हम कह सकते हैं। कौन सा फॉर्म है ये? H1 में कौन सा फॉर्म है ये? साइन अप form, sign up form. Okay, we can see it here. I can do this so we can see everything. Okay, I can just put it on entire screen. Okay, let me put it here. Let me put it here. Okay, this looks good. So now what we can do is we can see sign up form here and हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. हेलो 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 हेलो. कहाँ है? तुम लोग कहाँ गए अभी? यहाँ पे हो? नहीं, यहीं पे रहोगे. हेलो 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 हेलो. आज ही के दिन ने मुझे फेमस करके मानेगा. बस कर दे भाई, बस कर दे. Okay, sorry. So login form is done. Now the sign up form. Why am I taking so long time to do it? कहाँ है मेरे सारे टैब्स? कहाँ है? ये रहे. ओके, साइन अप फॉर्म में H1 टैग हो गया. इसके बाद हम यूज करेंगे एक div. ओके, एक यूज करेंगे एक div क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? ये div को हम आईडी दे देते हैं ईमेल की. ठीक है, हम ईमेल वाला साइन अप फॉर्म बना रहे हैं. लोगों को ईमेल लगेगा, ईमेल इनपुट लगेगा. ओके, एंड ईमेल इनपुट में बगल में देखते रहो, चेंजेस होते रहेंगे. ईमेल इनपुट में क्या लगेगा? सबसे पहले तो एक लेबल लगेगा. लेबल में मैं डाल देता हूँ ईमेल, चल जाएगा. ओके, एंड इसमें डाल देता हूँ मैं ईमेल. ईमेल ऐसे वी कैन सी इट देयर. एंड लेवल के बाद मैं बनाऊंगा एक इनपुट फील्ड. इनपुट फील्ड का टाइप रहेगा ईमेल. इनपुट फील्ड का टाइप रहेगा ईमेल. ओके, एंड इसको मुझे एक आईडी देनी पड़ेगी. आईडी वुड बी ईमेल. ईमेल आईडी में कह देता हूँ इसको, तो प्रॉब्लम ना हो बहुत ज़्यादा. ठीक है, ईमेल आईडी इस वाले इनपुट फील्ड के लिए लेबल. ठीक है, लेबल में फॉर की जगह पे आईडी डालो जिसके लिए तुम्हें वो लेबल बनाना है, उसका आईडी डालने का. ओके, तो आईडी हो गया यहाँ पे ये. एंड देन व्हाट एल्स वी नीड, दैट्स ऑल. हाँ, प्लेस होल्डर, वी नीड अ प्लेस होल्डर. प्लेस होल्डर, एंड द प्लेस होल्डर विल बी ईमेल. ईमेल, ईमेल. ओके, कैन सेट देयर, राइट. अभी मैं इसके ऊपर क्लिक करूंगा ना तो ईमेल हट जाएगा जैसे मैं कुछ लिखने जाऊंगा तो. सो वो तुम्हें दिख रहा है. मुझे रेड कुछ ज़्यादा पसंद नहीं आ रहा. लेट्स गो विथ ब्लैक ओनली. BLACK, ब्लैक ओनली. ओके, ईमेल हो गया. एंड देन इसके बाद मैं एक नया डिव टैग ऐड करूंगा. अभी इसके अंदर क्या होना चाहिए? ईमेल के बाद हमें और क्या चाहिए? ईमेल के बाद हमें चाहिए यूज़र नेम. ओके, तो दिस डिव टैग विल हैव यूज़र नेम. तो इसके लिए मैं इसको आईडी दे देता हूँ यूज़र नेम इनपुट. ओके, ट्राई ध्यान दो कि जो तुम्हारा जो भी आईडी वगैरह रहने वाला है ना, वो तुम्हारे कंटेंट से रिलेटेड हो, तुम्हारे लेवल से रिलेटेड हो. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. हाँ, चलो रे चलो. 150 200 पार कर भाई. ओके, एंड इनसाइड दिस div tag we will again have a label किसके लिए रहेगा? हम बात कर लेते हैं यूजर नेम के लिए. यूजर नेम के लिए. ओके, एंड यूजर नेम वहाँ पे दिख गया. एंड यूजर नेम के लिए लेबल डाल दिया तो उसका एक इनपुट फील्ड भी डालना पड़ेगा. टाइप रहेगा टेक्स्ट ही. प्लेस होल्डर रहेगा यूजर नेम. यूजर नेम. ओके, आ रहा है वहां पे बन के. नाउ ये लेवल को मुझे इस लेवल को मुझे इस वाले इनपुट से लिंक करना है. ठीक है, तो मैं उसके लिए इनपुट में दे दूंगा आईडी. एंड आईडी में इसको दे दूंगा यूजर नेम आईडी. ठीक है, एंड अभी इसको मुझे लिंक कर देना है तो इसके आईडी से, यूजर नेम वाले इनपुट फील्ड के आईडी से मैं इसको लिंक कर दूंगा. दोनों में सेम डाल दिया, 4 में और आईडी में, तो ये दोनों आपस में लिंक हो गए। अब मैं यूजर नेम पे क्लिक करूँ तो वो अपने आप मेरा यूजर नेम वाला इनपुट फील्ड हाईलाइट करने वाला है। ओके, सो आफ्टर यूजर नेम वी नीड अ पासवर्ड, a new div tag. This div tag will contain an ID calling password input. That would work. And inside it, we should have a label for password. Okay, and then we should have an input field type should be password. Okay, and its placeholder should be enter password. Okay, and then it's now I need to link this level with this input field. So for that I have to provide an ID to my input field, and it will be password password ID. Okay, now this ID should be in, it's for password ID. Okay, and now this, okay, placeholder done. Okay, now it looks good. After password we have confirm password option. Confirm, for that we will create another div tag. Okay, and let's hmm, another div tag here, we will name it id confirm pass id input. Okay, input, and this will have a label again. That label, then confirm password. Okay, and after label we should have an input field for user to confirm it. Text again would be password. Let's have text only here. Okay, so we can see how, see in this password whatever you type will be this dot. In confirm password whatever you type will be this line words. Okay, so that's the difference between type of label and type of text and type of password. Okay, so password, and then we can have a placeholder. That placeholder should be called confirm password. Confirm password. Okay, 19 November. Okay, sorry. Hmm. Confirm password done. And okay. We can move forward. What else we need? We have email, we have username, we have password, we have confirm password. Then we should have a submit button, and this button should be of type submit. Okay, let me show you something. Okay, submit, and we'll call it submit, so it should be submit. Okay, after clicking submit nothing will happen. Okay, if I set its type to reset. Okay, now let's see. Let's say I have put some email, password, this, and if I click this, everything gets reset. That's the difference between submit and reset. Okay, so it should be a submit button. Okay, submit submit button. Okay, and with submit button now, let's give it another button. Let's give it a reset button as well. Button type would be reset, and we will call it reset. Okay, so another button. Now if you click on this button, the form will get submitted. If you click on this button, the form will get reset. Okay, now after these buttons, uh, we have to link it to the login form. So we can have anchor tag, and this anchor tag should contain hyphen, and here login form, FRM form. Okay, now only this won't work, so we can add a paragraph. If you have if if you already have an account, ADOCOUNT account, okay, then login, and this login should be inside p tag only. Okay, now if I put it inside p tag, you can put tags inside tag, it's not a problem. Okay, login href. Okay, we can do this. I have see, so what is happening that this anchor tag is also now part of p tag. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so this anchor tag is also now a part of p tag. Will it work? It work. Okay, and now you can see it becomes a link, and right now it won't lead to anywhere. Okay, so what we need to do is we'll have to link this to login form. For that, since we have our login form in the same directory, we can just say login form, login.html. Okay, now if I click on this link, it will take me to the login form. Same we have to do with sign up button. So in login form we can before sign up. Okay, if what, sorry, I couldn't see where live chat here. There, if Jha are brothers, then what was count? What does it mean? If Jha are brothers, then what was count? I don't know. His cousin. क्यों हंसी आ रही है? बटन, हाँ बटन, बटन ए, कुछ भी नहीं. अच्छा अच्छा, समझ गया. ओके, मुझे भी बताओ फिर इसका क्या मतलब है. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. इफ चार ब्रदर्स देन व्हाट वाज काउंट? आई डोंट नो व्हाट इट मींस. You don't have answer? Yeah, I don't have answer. Please, please enlighten me. Okay, क्या चल रहा है ये? क्या चल रहा है ये? एंड शंट करे जा रहे हो भाई. फोकस करो ना यार, एक कुछ बना लो. Here we will have another p tag paragraph tag. Okay, and if you don't have an account account, okay, then you can do what? You can just click on this. Okay, now this sign up should link to my sign up form. So I have signup.html. Okay, now if I click to this form, I will get to sign up form. If I click to login form, I will get to login form. Okay, this is how easy it is. We have already created both sign up and login forms here. Okay. क्या चल रहा है ये? My throat hurts. So, uh, how long it's been the session? It's been about 1 hour and 4 minutes. So in next half an hour we will create a web page. We I think we can create a web page. Okay. If there are four brothers, okay, another new. Okay. If there are four brothers and their father called them like first as Pratham, the Chaturth, Chaturth, bro, Chaturth. If you don't know Hindi, it's Chaturth. Okay, so hmm, that's all. That's all for these two buttons. Okay, and you will get all of this code to my from my uh, GitHub account if you want. That is, and when we will be starting to learn CSS, we will style these only. Okay, why isn't it shrinking? Shrink, bro, shrink. What the? What the hell? No, it works. Okay. Okay. Now we'll create a new page and we'll call it web page. Web page. Web page.html. Another HTML file. Our third thing. Now what our third thing will contain? Let's go with. Okay. This is 3.2, 3.2 layout. Layout. Login. Login plus plus sign up layout. Okay. Man has forced them. Okay. 6, 7. What is this? Man has forced them. What we call. अच्छा a man. Sorry. तो लिखा नहीं है. बहुत घटिया इंग्लिश से. Man has forced them. बता दो भाई. नितिन घागे सर बताओ क्या बताएंगे क्या कहेंगे. आप ही के पास जवाब है. Okay, we will create another new tab for a second. Okay, this project will have very less tabs here. Okay. Hmm. 3.3, 3.3 will be the web layout. Web layout. Okay. And let me have my preferred background. Okay. Now, how will this look? Okay. We will have a name of our. Let's see. This. Okay. Okay. And let me put it here. It will work. Man. Oh. Yeah, how do we? बहुत साफ दिल का फर्स्ट लेटर. क्या? पहले वाला ही है. Ashish Pal is there. You can do it. Keep showing support to make the top. Okay. So, Nitin Gagre, how can we do that? मॉडरेटर कैसे बनाते हैं? किसी को आता है? मॉडरेटर कैसे बनाते हैं? I cannot see how many people are here, right? Anyways, we can move forward. And how we don't have that much time. Okay. huh. Okay, okay, and then we need shape. So we can, okay, my mistake. We need shape. What the shape and this and now. Arey? Okay, our website should be like this, and at the top we will have a name of our website, whatever we call it. Let's call it live session creator, whatever. Something we don't talk about. Something. Okay, let's call it something. So something will be the name of our website. Something will be the name of our website. Then we will have a navigation bar. You see like this in every website. Let me go to Lucid React. You can see this bar. If I use my extension, I can, yeah. You can see this bar. This is a navigation bar. Okay. Every website has its own navigation bar. So we will be creating our own bar. Let's have the bar here, navigation bar, and it should contain multiple things. Okay, it should contain the first section, first sec, okay, second sec, second sec, okay, third sec, third sec. That's okay. Then we should have a hero segment. Arey, my mistake. Understood. Then we should have a hero segment. We can do like this and like this and like this. Okay? And we'll call it a hero segment. Hero segment. Okay? Let's name it. Okay, first segment is this. Then we will have another segment. Okay? Another segment. We'll call it, okay, let's just move it here. Okay. We'll call it second segment. Second segment. Okay? And then we will have, actually this is all. In this tag we will in hero segment we will have a image here, img, okay, at the top. And in second segment we will have two images, img, img. We will have a paragraph here, paragraph, okay. And we will have two paragraphs here, one paragraph will be here. Okay, let's just remove segment things. Okay, I can remove it by this, using this. So yeah, you don't have to write segment and all. Now we will have two paragraph here, one paragraph, and sorry, not here, but here actually. One paragraph, that would be enough, okay? And what else do we need? This is all we need. We can have a button here, button, okay. Also, we will have a login form here, login option here, login, yeah. So nav bar should contain four options, one, two, three, four. Then we will have a hero segment. Then we will have a second segment, images. Okay. Third segment will be a footer segment. So we can make it footer. Call it footer. Control C Z. third segment would be our footer segment. Okay, FWTR footer. That's all. That's all we need to create. Okay, it's simple. A simple website that will have all these things together. Surname. Oh, whose surname? मेरा नाम तो आईडी में लिखा है. ओके, क्या वो आंसर पहले? व्हाट इज योर नेम? ओके तनुष. ये कौन है? क्लासेस का स्टूडेंट है भाई. मेरा नाम तो आईडी में लिखा है. सरनेम. अच्छा, मेरा नाम. लिखते जाओ. ओके, so let's create the website. Okay, now we will be here, and here we will have a doc type HTML. Doc type should be caps all. I've missed that. Doc type cap doc type. Okay, HTML, and then we will have Darsh is my name, and we will have HTML have head 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 will have title. This title will be our hello world page. Hello world page. Okay, and this title, after this title we can go to body. Now body will contain the logo. I will create a div segment and calling it id logo, site logo. Let's call it site logo. Okay, and this all with logo, this entire thing. How can I go up? With logo, this entire thing is called navigation bar. Okay, this entire thing is a navigation bar. Navigation navigation bar. Okay, so navigation bar, we can, for navigation bar, I have already told you that. I have already Nice. Hello Subhash. I have already told you that we should use a nav tag to make it nav tag to make it semantically correct. Okay, and inside nav tag we will have our logo. So we can have a div. That div will contain an id of web logo. This should work. And here we will add something. Okay, and then something, and let's give some good thing to it. Okay, we can have a p tag here. Class name, sorry, not class, but style, a little bit of style. S- or let's not add style. Hey, something. Okay, something. And let's use h1 here. Although you should not. If you should not, I should not either. Usually, logo is just an image. So since we don't have an image, since we don't have any image in Earth, we will have a website logo. Okay, we can provide this as the alternative, and then after the logo, बाप रे बाप, क्या? Then we should have what? We should have these navigation bar. So let's put all this inside a div. Again, I'm grouping all this, okay? I'm grouping all these inside a div, okay? And I can say, I can give it a ID, navigation options. Okay? Now this navigation options should be in either I can use div or I can use an unordered list, since this looks like a list. This looks like a list, okay? So I'm using an unordered list, okay? And inside list, the my very first element would be ID first segment. I can call it first segment, okay? And mhm, let's use anchor as a list, okay? List element. So to use anchor as a list element, all you can do is use list tag and then put an anchor tag inside, okay? And this will be what our segment one, first segment, first segment, okay? And then what is hmm, let me just check our website how it looks. Learn form, okay. We have to stop it and then go live again to check our website, okay. So it looks something like this. Nice. We have to do some external things that I haven't done yet, okay. In that we can provide it some style. Again, don't do it, it's not for you guys to do. 70 VH VW, and then we can have margin margin X auto. How it looks like this one. Margin block inline, should be inline, okay. So here's it, and then I can provide some border to it, border 2px solid black, okay. So we can see this, our website has taken this, okay. We got this border and we have something here, website logo, then first segment, then we can add more segment to it. Again, same li, I can just copy paste, or I can do uh, alt shift down, down and down, three, okay. The first one will contain first segment, second one will contain second segment. The third one will contain footer, not third segment but footer, FWTF footer, and the fourth one will contain login. Okay, this login should go to login.html. Okay, so if I click on this, I should go to login.html page. Get back. Okay, now बस कर जा भाई, बस कर जा, बहुत लिख लिया तू. ठीक है, footer login dot page, okay. Now we can create a main section. Since navigation section is done, we can create a main section. Semantic tag, whatever the main body of the content will be, whatever thing should come here should be inside main, okay. So if I go here, after these navigation, this entire segment is a main, okay, inside a main tag. Okay, my line is very bad. This entire segment is inside a main tag. Okay, this entire segment will be inside a main tag. Okay, this. So it's what? It's main. Inside main, what should be having segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, and there is some gap. We will not look and how we can create gap. Let's do it. Okay, we will not put a lot of code here. Okay. Ouch, sorry. What we can do is we can style it, and let's provide width of 60 VW. Okay, margin inline auto, and border px solid. No, we don't have to do this. This is okay. Now main should contain things. Okay, so first one will be our segment 1, so we can use section for first segment. And let's for this css, you should not be doing the css. I'm just showing you how these things are created. Okay, I created segment 1. We will give it some amount of width 100%, 100%, border 2px solid red. Okay, it works. And then inside segment we will have things like, my question is, Einstein for the theory E equals what? Sir, if you have guts, answer this question. What question? Sir, if you have guts. E equals the product of uh, square of the speed of light and the mass of the object or body. Will that work? Okay. So inside section 1, what we should be having a image, img. From where should we get this image? So lorem image, lorem image. From here we can actually get some images. Okay, this image looks good. Let's have let's have let's have this image. Okay, I will just copy this link. Sorry, I just need this link. I will copy this link. Okay, and I can put this link inside src. Okay, so if I check my site, there should be the photo. Okay, after photo what we need is 200 by 300. No? Let's have the entire. What should, okay, 200 by 300, 200, 300. Okay, and it was saying something else too. It was saying that photo 200, just as your design after URL, you will get the random image. Okay, or we can copy this. Find list of all images here. Okay, let's have this image. We can copy this link and can paste it inside our code. Okay, control Z. Okay, so we can use an image tag and src. We can put this. Now if I check my website, oh, I can see this image. It's too big. So it's too big, and I'm not sure I should be doing it. So we'll go with this link only. It will give you any random image. Okay, it gives you any random image. Then I would like to have any random image. Just give me a second. Okay, copy, and I can put this here. Okay, control C V. Now we should be getting some image. Okay, we already got an image, and we'll call it section 1 image 1, section 1 image 1. Okay, and after this what we need is a button. So after image we will be needing a button. Okay, and this button will say search the image as search the image. Okay, if I check my website, it looks like this. Search the image, and then what we can do is we can add other things. A paragraph. So for paragraph, if you don't know what you should be writing, then you can just do paragraph, and here you can write lorem 55. So it will create any random 55 letters. Okay, to fill up your website, any random 55 letters. So this will be our segment 1. For segment 2 we will just repeat this thing, but we have two images in segment 2 and then a paragraph. Okay, so we can use segment 1 only. I will just copy entire segment 1, copy, and sorry, we can paste the entire. Where is my cursor? Okay, where's my cursor? Okay, we can give another segment again. Then we have two segments here. Okay, and now since there are two segments, let's call this segment and or give it an id of id segment 1. Okay, and this segment should have the id of, or say this section should have the id of id section 2. Okay, now this should contain two images, not one but two. So I will create another image here. Okay, and section 2 image 1, section 2 image 2. I have just copy pasted the image. Okay, and after this what we need to do is paragraph would work. Search button, yeah, it looks good. Actually now let's make this image even bigger. Let's add have more text here. Okay, lorem 500. Okay, a bigger segment, so I can get this scroll thing. Okay, now this also will contain lorem 400 at least. Lorem lorem 400. Okay, so we can create another. Now this looks good, and then what we need to do is to create a footer. So after main we will create a footer. Footer is like the end of your website. Whatever you want to put there, you can put there. Okay, so I will have a p tag here, and this p tag, okay, we have should I provide some style? No, we don't. P tag, and it should contain lorem Will that work? Yeah, it works. Okay. So image and then again, not only this many, I also need to give footer some good amount of it. Okay. So ID, let's call it footer. Footer only. Okay. And inside P segment, okay, I can provide some style to it as well. Style, I will just give it a border of 2 px solid, solid black. Okay. And then put a lot of things inside. Again, width 60 VW, margin, inline margin, inline. Whatever I'm writing inside style tag, please do not copy it. Okay. Auto. Okay. Now this can contain a lot of things. Lorem, lorem 500 for this also. 500 for this also. Okay. So now we created 3 segments. It looks good. And let's give all sections a heading. Oh my god, it's so long. So for first section, we can give it a heading of let's say we have already used H1, right? So we have to go with H2. H2 section 1, sorry, we call it section 1, okay, and then we provide at the very bottom we can provide section 2 and H2. We can use H2 for section 2, and we can call it H2 of H2 of footer, FWTF footer, FWTF footer. That would work. So I can create, I can see now this section 1, section 2, and footer. Okay, it looks good. Now I can have, if I click on first segment, I should go here. If I click on second segment, I should get this. And if I click on footer, I should get the footer. Okay. So for that, we have to put all this inside our navigation bar. Navigation bar, in the first link, we can provide section 1, hashtag, what we call section 1, segment 1, sorry. Segment 1, we have provided the ID. Then second one is segment hashtag segment 2 and hashtag WTF footer. I haven't provided any ID to it. ID, okay, ID, I have already provided the ID. So this is how my code looks. And if I check it, if I go first segment, first segment, if I go second segment, segment 2, what I have called it, what's the section, so to my mistake, section, section, don't do this mistake, or let's go with segment only, segment only, okay, and I can correct it here. Instead of section, we will call it segment, segment. Now it should work. So if I click second segment, it goes to second segment. If I click footer, it goes to footer. Okay. Now one thing that this thing clicking and it's getting there automatically, we can do some styling here. Okay. Scroll behavior smooth. So what it will do is if I click second segment, it will. Okay, we cannot provide it here. My mistake. We have to provide this in the HTML itself. Now this should work. Yeah. Now it's working. Segment 2 like this. Segment 1 like this. Footer like this. It works. So this is our website. We can put a logo here as well. For that, let's go with this dog's logo. It looks good. We can copy it and we can paste it inside our image source. Okay. For image source for the logo, instead of hyphen we can put it here, and if I check my website I can see this. Okay, so this is how we create a website. Let's not give it, let's not, it looks good like this. Okay, let's, so this is how we can create a good website without using CSS. Yeah, I used a little bit of CSS, but heavily we are dependent only on HTML. Okay, so this is enough for today. From tomorrow onwards, we will start CSS and we will style this page, the login page, and the sign up page. Okay, so be ready for tomorrow. We will start with CSS. Until then, see ya. That's my live streaming.